Hello and welcome back to FatherofTwo plays Sunless Sea Zubmariner Blind. Last time we witnessed a fire at Hunter's Keep, and we explored a wreck deep at Z, finding what could have been our own corpse, or a hallucination. Then we ended in Port Cecil after having done some things for the Admiralty and lost at chess. We're ready to head back to Z, I think. Now our plan was to head to the Empire of Hands. We're going to go to the Unterzee on the way, and perhaps if we see anything else... what's the word? Oh, I went full power there. Oops. Oh, that's such a pain. Perhaps if we see anything else worthwhile, we will stop there as well. That's my fault for not having my hand in the right place, but sometimes you're not looking and you go to turn with D, and instead you hit F, and you hit it a couple of times to use up fuel. But enough complaining. I'll continue on. Let's check the Z, because who knows? The wreck of the Emperor Wolfgang. Huh. Should we head under the Z? I guess we'll hit the Unterzee first. It's not far. But we might want to explore under the Z on the way back. Though our terror might be too high by then. We don't want to go under when our terror is above 75. It might be higher than that, but I don't want to risk it. We only have 62, so we're doing not too bad. A rock breaks the water like a surfacing Z-beast. No, it's a Z-beast. No, it's a rock. What was it? The Unterzee. So we were here recently, so I won't bother reading everything. Trade honey. Didn't we need... No, I want to save that for when we go to Hideaway. I believe we needed all three of the things I purchased. Let's gather intelligence. What happens here on top of the mushroom the size of Marlborough? The villagers live a shabby but sufficient life the Unterzee provides. They are secretive, taciturn, incurious, ships rarely visit. Let's visit the village. A day of spores. We gain one terror and a tale of terror, and that's what happened to us last time. So we won't trade our honey, and there's no shops here. So we'll continue on, heading to the Empire of Hands. Possibly. Now let's see. Hideaway is north by Eisteval. Perhaps we'll come around. We'll go to Empire of Hands, Eisteval, Hideaway, Con Shadow, maybe something else, if we could find anything else. And we'll bring back as many port reports as is humanly possible. Now, we gotta be careful, because on this side of the Z, there are many terrifying beasties. Many terrifying beasties. We haven't fought any of them because we really haven't been in a position to. Our ship is rather weak, our starting ship. I've taken down Lifebergs before with the starting ship and an improved engine and weapon, but it's not easy, and sometimes you have to use more fuel than you'd like. Though it is fun to get in the battles. So, I see the Empire of Hands, meaning our journey will be quite easy. Well, at least our journey here to the Empire of Hands. A brisk spatter of spray. The Unterzee is restless. Rather. We could go down to that lighthouse and get the echoes for... Is that what it is? No, echoes are money. Fragments for discovering it, but I don't think it's really worth our time right now. Eventually we'll go past there. And I remember from last time, I can pass below this bridge. I wasn't sure the first time. I like the music here. It's quite cool. I don't know what the instrument is making those bassy notes, but it's quite interesting sounding. Okay, well, we're ready to make port. A delightful welcome. The delightful adventuress leans over the rail of the ship, sniffing the humid air with evident distaste. What a filthy, damp little place. Oh well, we shall endure. At the sight of the mare hobbling up, she straightens, a thin, insincere smile spreading across her face. Ah, you there, my good primate, she calls, striding down the ramp and clasping his arm tight. Now then, I come in search of your first Emperor's vault, and for that I shall need a few things, some of your finest workers, and tools, and some food. Do you understand me? She shakes her head, barely waiting for a response. F-O-O-D, she repeats. Comprenes? Oh dear, I see we shall be here for a while. Listen, I hear you fellows rather like souls. Shall we discuss that, like higher primates? Payment for the journey. Barnabas stays to settle up while his mistress negotiates the value of her soul with the mayor. A man with no face. Barnabas removes his mask, with what looks to be a silent moment of great relief. Underneath is nothing. Just a flat surface where his face should have been. Ah, an unfinished clay man. One of those flawed products of the polythreme, or of polythreme, that follow their own rules. If only you'd known that before he boarded. Of course, that's why the adventuress never mentioned it. He silently presents you with your agreed fee, dips his head in a polite bow, and lumbers back to his mistress. It appears she has struck a deal with the mayor. The delightful adventuress will establish a base camp on Fountainhead Island. She welcomes your assistance as one who has proven to not be entirely useless. We gained 200 echoes. That's not bad. We keep this up, we might be buying our new ship. Alright. Port Stanton. Anything worth... yeah, okay. Let's permit some shore leave. The locals call this Shell Beach. It is a place of death, where the bones and still-rotting carcasses of man and ape alike are left to the thirst of the sea. The charnel history of the Empire of Hand stretches out amongst the flies and maggots of the apes who would be men and their stolen civilization. Something glints around the neck of a skeleton. A locket? You pocket it, though it does not look like it's worth much. The Z infamously takes much. Sometimes, though, it gives back. Perhaps this will prove to be such a time for some hopeful soul out there. A rusty locket, and we gain 10 terror. Ooh. Poke around the shore? An audience with the mayor? Compile a port report. We'll do that. And we didn't have to sail all over just to learn about the port. So that's kind of cool. Should we poke around the shore? An aborted journey. The path through the jungle becomes too dark and treacherous. The predatory eyes of desperate monkeys staring from behind every bush and tree. Exploring this island will have to wait for a more auspicious day. Okay, well, let's check out an audience with the civilized mayor. Wasn't he, flea-ridden mayor before? In better times, being overseer of Port Stanton gave the incumbent their pick of visitors to the Empire. Now it is a thankless task, or as thankless a task as any to be found in the Neath. Sell your soul for 200 echoes? No thank you. Acquire fresh supplies? Yeah. That's not bad. We don't really need supplies, though. Emergency fuel, we definitely don't need that right now. Let's excuse ourselves, because we don't want to sell our soul. So is he upgraded because of the adventuress selling her soul to him? Because I swear he was flea-ridden before. And I don't think we can have it yet. We're turned away. So, let's, she's on Sovereign Island, perhaps? No, she was on Fountainhead Island. Let's first travel to Hearthsake Village. Right. The lost treasure hunter. He joined the pirates to see the Z. Now he hopes to one day see something he recognizes. Join a raid on the Empire of Hands, a high-risk challenge, or return to the boat. Well, let's do the top one. Ahoy! How goes your search, he asks. Find anything? It is a voice that so badly wants the answer to be no. Trade supplies for Foxfire Candle. Trade recent news for dynamite. Trade a live specimen for a flare. Oh. The lost treasure hunter. His adventurers have left him with many tools for finding gold and glory. A sense of direction is not one of them. Okay. Lost treasure hunter. Trade stories. So, we need 10 tales of terror. This will trade 10 tales of terror for 10 Z stories. Okay, so if we had lots of those. Persuade him to give you back the map. to give you his map. Oh, we don't have a Searing Enigma? Oh, no, we do. Oh, we need more archaeology. Okay, we'll leave him to his search, and he bids you good day. And good hunting, of course. And we're not going to try and attack, because we don't have very much for iron right now. So, a smooth, easy trip. Your arms are beginning to get used to the rowing. I guess we'll go to Fountainhead Island next. Splash, 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 splash. The sound of the oars would almost be hypnotic if your arms weren't burning so hard with the effort. Swiftly growing vegetation keeps a thick forest wrapped around invariably ancient ruins. Even the yet-to-be-plundered ones are heavily scarred with crowbar marks. Find the delightful adventuress's camp. Ancient-ish map. We probably get that from that other guy. So let's go to her camp. Through the forest, the foliage is thick and unforgiving. Oh, with a small army of monkeys bought with her soul, she excavates the vault of the first emperor. The delightful adventuress, helped by her faceless clayman bodyguard, Barnabas, and a small group of worker monkeys hired for the price of her soul, works to excavate the vault of the first emperor. A gift for the monkey emperor. Okay, we should get that. The delightful adventuress has already uncovered and put aside many treasures. A small statue among them looks particularly interesting. Nobody is watching. At least you don't think so. It's hard to tell with Barnabas's blank face, giving nothing away. Can he see? He seems to be able to, somehow. In any event, he makes no move to raise an alarm as you take the small trinket. Speak with her, or to the vault. Let's speak with her. She prepares to make her run on the vault. A flustered circus mistress. Oh, it's you, of course. Help me with these blasted maps, would you? The monkeys are quite clueless. She shakes her head. They claim our souls uplift them, but if you ask me, it's just a case of monkey see, monkey do. Can you believe they think that the Zeppelin of theirs will help let them create a new empire? Wait, you there. Take that out of your mouth this very second. Okay. Let's go to the vault. Its stone entrance dominates a small clearing, a not-so-ancient edifice. It may look centuries old, but this entryway is relatively new. The monkeys can never leave alone, always adding bits on as their whims demand. Outside the vault, or leave her to her work, okay. The vault of the first emperor. This tribute to the empire's first and greatest has been constructed over generations by monkeys working with stolen ideas of what an ancient tomb should be. Outside the vault, the delightful adventuress flits back and forth between her base camp and the vault entrance. To rush, darling, is to court tragedy. The delightful adventuress pays barely any attention to you as she prepares. She is not yet ready to open the vault. You should return later when she has had a chance to organize her monkey workers. This may take a while. Okay, let's leave then. An easy journey back to port. The sea is calm, so is whatever might be swimming in it around here. Let's head to Ash Isthmus. A softly spreading wake stretching out behind. The silence is peaceful here. No engine rumblings, no sound of crew at work. Just your own heavy breathing as you row, and the rhythmic splash of waters. The monkey foundling's hut. She is inside, snoring. A pair of Pentecost apes stand vigil outside, staring at you with equal parts malice and their usual avarice for souls. We got the locket. That seems to be what we need. Sometimes the Z gives back. The apes snarl and leap, ready to rend with tooth and claw. But something stops them. They fall silent at the sight of the locket hanging from your neck. It is not clear if they desire it, are afraid of it, or are simply confused. You open it, snapping the rust. Inside is a faded picture of a sleeping blonde baby, red ribbon tied around her blanket, as tight as she now keeps it around her arm. The larger ape comes close, stares at the photo. The smaller one has to look away. It is said, oft with a scowl, that the Pentecost apes will take anything from the souls they steal. Language, habits, gestures, it is rarely considered that sometimes they may take the best. Inside the hut, the monkey foundling sleeps soundly. Completely unaware of her protectors in the forest, it is time to leave her to her dreams. 5 Z stories, lost 5 terror, gained 5 tales of terror. Wow. And explored Ash Isthmus quality is now 98. Wow. Well, let's go to the Sovereign Island. They still demand a gift worthy of the Emperor to open up their court, perhaps on another island. A quiet, yet exhausting affair. It has been a long while since you spent this much time behind oars. Your muscles will be glowing by the time you finish your business in the Empire. Sovereign Island. Today, the sprawling palace is called the Wild Weald Court. Tomorrow, who knows? The world of the Pentecost apes is one of cruel whimsy, where stolen traditions last only as long as their amusement. Gain access to the court. The gates are guarded by 2 armored monkeys that would look adorable if not for the blood on their bayonets. Humans are not welcome without an invitation or a worthy gift for the Emperor. We have some such gift. A statuette, I believe. The Wild Weald Court. The stench and heat as the gates open are a sucker punch to your senses. Inside, the stagnant air of the windowless wood palace hangs with sweat and tastes of hair. Everything is filthy and every surface used, the apes as likely to swing across the roof as walk on the floors. In prized oasis of relative calm, the high-souled conduct themselves with the poise of high-born lords and ladies. Around them, their barely uplifted lessers scamper around exhausted, taking orders and cruelties from all who care to dispense them. In the middle are countless more, a sea of apes longing for advancement and fighting for what they have with tooth, claw, and low cunning. Okay, whoa. Cool mask. An audience with the Emperor. Emperor Crispin IV holds court in the hearth of his palace. None may speak without permission, but the voice of the Emperor is still the least heard of all. Summoned by the Emperor. To step into his throne room is to step into another world, a polished one of cool and blessed quiet that already feels as alien as it is pleasant. An official welcome. The Emperor sits on his throne, wrapped in robes of violet and wearing an ornate gold mask. He remains motionless, silent. He could be mistaken for a statue if not for an almost imperceptible nod to grant his seneschal permission to speak in his name. She approaches, arms folded in the red-trimmed yellow robe of a court mandarin. Her expression is carefully blank, the chestnut hair on her face powdered alabaster white and decorated with exquisite detail in red and black. The rings on her fingers mark her as a 10-souled ape, a status even the Admiralty can respect. She bows before you, a complicated ritual display of sweeping sleeves that somehow never breaks eye contact. Finished, she waits for your response. Return the bow. Curtsy instead, or remain still. I guess we'll try. 31% chance. 31% chance. Yeah, let's try. You are, after all, in front of an emperor. A flicker of disapproval. Did you do something wrong? It appears so. Be that as it may, there is business to discuss. Okay, so we failed. That's okay. The Great Exodus. The exquisite seneschal requests your assistance to supply the Empire of Hand's great work, a zeppelin that will take them to a new home far away from here. Materials for the journey. You point out that the Admiralty has the Empire of Hands both under embargo and quarantined. The only thing worse to be caught doing around here than supplying them would be helping them escape with their confinement. Have your people not already caused us enough pain? She demands. We starve and you would prevent us being fed. We thirst to explore and you cage us like animals. Why? For what fine purpose? What threat are we to you, who happily dine with devils? She shakes her head almost with pity. What could you possibly see in us that shames you so? Accept the commission, or refuse the commission? We'll accept the commission. Will we? We will. You will help the apes complete their zeppelin. The exquisite seneschal bows again, deeper. With a pair of servants to row the boat, she takes you to the zeppelin site at Port Stanton. It was originally the project of a traveller from afar hoping to travel east who encountered an accident. In his plans and engine, however, the monkeys saw their opportunity. The great exodus will require supplies and fuel, of course, explains the exquisite seneschal. We also seek souls to uplift our brethren that they may join our work, or the work. You will, of course, be reasonably compensated for your expenses and rewarded upon completion. She also hints that there may be faster ways to complete the Zeppelin. To say more, though, would require a level of trust that you have not yet earned. Okay, well, I guess we'll help. Wow. 100 fuel. Oh, I guess we have to give them 100 fuel and 100 supplies and 100 souls. Okay. Contribute souls to the Zeppelin. The Zeppelin is complete. Okay, the Pentecost apes work feverishly to complete the craft that will take them on their great exodus. They will pay for resources, but at less than London prices. Contribute supplies, contribute fuel, contribute souls. And back to Port Stanton. Well, we don't have enough anything to give them anything this time. We might need a better ship with more hold space, or at least a better engine before we can do that. The monkeys continue their work. There is much of it yet to be done. Poke around the shore. Audience with the civilized mayor. No, I think we're done. We are done here. Back to Z. So we'll head north to Esteval. And then to Hideaway. And I believe we have the materials to do something special at Hideaway. And we'll find out when we get there. We have entered a fog bank. Our gunners struggle to see our foe. Oh, let's not deal with that guy if we don't have to. What is he? A glorious dreadnought. Crew 50. Whew. Scary. Let's stick to the shore over here. Oh, there's Ash Isthmus. Yeah, he's just kind of touring around up there. We don't really want anything to do with him. So we will stay clear. I think we could put our light on now. I don't think he'll see us. Now let's check our map. We're close to Esteval. And we might as well send out the Z-Bat. No islands in range. The air trembles. A breath of change passes. This looks like a nice place. I wonder if we'll be able to set up an empire here. It's, like, really nice. But I guess it burns us because we've lived under the surface for so long. Tears. Your cheeks are wet. You think for a moment that it's sweat, but then the sorrow hits you like a falling stalactite. You are weeping. You double over inconsolably. Control yourself. Stifle your sobs. What is this? Why this sorrow? Give yourself over to it. Let's control ourselves. The ebb tide. You dig your nails into the palms of your hand, pacing the ship. The sorrow retreats like mist to the borders of your thoughts. You master yourself, but the taste of salt remains. So we have salt's attention? Well, let's make port at Leslie's Harbor. Gather supplies. Yes. Exotic delights. Breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs, and plump birds, too stupid to know a hungry sailor from a tree. Esteval is ripe with treasures. Unknown in the Neath. Fill your hold. We gain 9 supplies. Compile a port report. Your eyes water. The pages blur. The report is one of joy-filled complaint. Esteval has a beauty too bright to be appreciated, but perhaps the Admiralty can find something of use. Alright, and I doubt there's shops because there's nothing here but us and well, lots of game and things like that for us to capitalize on. So we're not far from Hideaway now. It's just to our northeast, and we will have to go under the Z to get there. We might as well head down now, I think. We should be safe enough. We have 73 terror, so we haven't crossed that threshold of 75 that I was worried about. But we might while we're down here, we'll see. It's not far, yeah. We don't have to go very far to get to it, so I'm not too worried. It's cool that it moves around. Welcome to Hideaway. It's super cool looking city. Oh, I hear. Do you hear? It's a constant companion. Okay. It gets louder and louder as it's about to show up. No shops here. No shipyard. And now I can still hear it. That's so gross. Let's assemble a port report. And help the sprightly investigator, or visionary. Check on the investigator. Join a festival. Rejoin the festival. Let's check on the investigator. The impolite investigator ignores the patterns of resting and waking established in Hideaway. Yes, we have everything. Miserable realizations. The investigator is curled on his bed, but sits when he is noticed. I need something to help me relax, clear my head. Anything. I'll try anything. Hideaway is doomed. It'll crack or be left on the Z floor, Captain, and I'm the only one who knows. His eyes are bleary red. It's Temtum. The beast is growing. Should have already shed its shell, but I guess it's willing itself to hold on. It can't beat biology, though, can it? It's going to outgrow Hideaway soon. He drags himself from the bed. Everyone here needs to know. They need to leave. I'll compile my notes, and then we must tell them. Please, Captain. They won't listen to me. They dislike me. But if you said something... Huh. That's crazy. Okay. Help the sprightly... Begin a war for hearts and minds. Oh, we can't do that this time. Okay, but when we can, we'll bring extra fuel and we'll start that. Let's help the sprightly visionary. What does he need? Unlocked sprightly visionary ambition, and we need 7 fuel. So we can't do that either. It's just too much fuel for us at the moment. What else can we do? We could join in the festival. The silent reel, the hour of our reflection, the rainbowing. Let's do the rainbowing. Revelers will indulge in a colorful feast featuring the finest foods Hideaway can manage to find in the abyssal depths. The festival has begun. We lost our supplies and we're ready to go. Oh, that thing's terrifying looking. I mean, I know it's cut open, but I thought that was a mouth for a second. The rainbowing. Banquet tables are laid throughout the festival square. The smell would have a lesser sailor heave out their innards, and all of the lurid dye in the world does not disguise how unappetizing the meat is. Nevertheless, some diners rush eagerly to their seats, participate in the ceremony of 7 sips, leave the festival early. We'll participate. A chalice of inky blue liquid is set before you. To your left, the sallow philosopher has a green drink. To your right, the conscientious mercenary is sipping something indigo. Pardon me while I have a drink. You fill your mouth with the foul, dyed water. Your fellow diners spit it out into spray. You follow suit. When the rainbow clears, the tables, not to mention you and your fellow diners, are covered in color. The green-lipped philosopher holds her stomach but forces a smile. The mercenary grins at everyone down the table, showing off his indigo-stained teeth. Gained a terror. Consume the abyssal bounty or leave the festival. The bell rings. The conscientious mercenary licks his lips and begins carving a squelching, squirming fish. The sallow philosopher performs the gesture of good digestion before forcing down a bite. You carve into your dinner a fish whose identifying traits have been lost to the layers of pigment caked onto it. As you carve off a bite, its mouth flaps open. Cosmogone dye trickles out. It might be tasty if the meat weren't as chewy as gum, and if you couldn't feel the dye's coloring your intestines. Hopefully, you're fond of blue. Gain terror, and some fragments. Partake of the Lady Black's chiefest pearls. Festival servers clear your plates, and present the night's dessert of violent dyed organs, or the violent dyed organs of a bound shark laid across the table with anatomical accuracy. The conscientious mercenary looks at you meaningfully and cups his cheeks, the gesture of plenty. He slices you a lobe of the shark's brain and licks the violent jelly from the blade when done. He considers the eyes carefully before he places one on your plate. He adjusts it to look up at you. Your first bite of the brain, and the taste spreads through your mouth like ivy. The eye is no better. It pops in your mouth, bursting into stinking jelly. Gross. Got 3 strange catch. Oh, and a scintillac. And we're done. A memento for the slow-blinking vendor. She touches her lips and tilts her head back. Her fingers travel down her throat to her belly, which she pats. That'll be the trade. Good for food. Or goods for food. Okay. She passes you 3 lumps of festering fish. Okay, so we got a strange catch, and we lost the supplies. Fair enough. Where do they store their goods? Visit the shops tab. So we could buy or sell strange catches or our food, but we don't want to do that. And I think we might make for one more port before we end the episode here. I hear a constant companion. It's going to show up any second now. Okay, good. We got to the surface in time. We'll go for one more port. Oh, goodness. No, we're not. Nope. No. Go away. Okay, we lost it, I think. Let's check our map here. Yeah, we can head towards Khan's Shadow. I don't like coming up next to behemoth stashes. The Chelinet. Where is it? Oh, not far at all. Well, maybe we'll make port here. It's getting a little terrifying. What is that? Eater of names. That sounds terrifying. We'll just not... We'll not go near that thing. That sounds terrible. And we'll head around this way. The whispering is kind of creepy. And whatever that is, the flourish in the music there, I guess it's more whispering. It's terrifying. Okay, I think our port is to the north here. We'll see. The Chelinet. Ah, new port. Discovered Shabble Port and Porzia's Reef. This looks like it's made out of a giant turtle. The Gant Pole. There's something underwater, some distance to the north. Well, before we explore the Chelinet, we'll end the episode. So, if you enjoyed it, please leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. This is FatherofTwo, signing off.